You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video we're going to do the March to the King. This is it. The last week, a doubleheader. Yes, it is over. The March to the King series has come to an end. Just about. Doubleheader today, Wednesday. First, we're going to start off with Godzilla Raids again, better known or also known as Gigantus the Fire Monster. Wow, what a piece of shit. Especially if you watch the American version. Half the time I wasn't sure if Godzilla was being Godzilla or Godzilla was being Anguirus. He was being called part of the Anguillosaurus family. He roared like Anguirus, and boy, the English dubbing was horrendous. Men who were speaking rather the lines of the movie and trying to have a Japanese accent, which was bad. So, this movie, when you take 1954 and you follow it up with something like this, oh man. Brutal. Definitely not one of the best ones. The suits were fine. I had no problem with the suit. Anguirus suits was fine. Godzilla's suit was fine. The story behind them was, you got to see some, obviously the archaeologist from the first movie was in this one. That was nice to see him back and telling the tale. And they have this book that just happens to have an Anguirus in the picture and a prehistoric monster who the hydrogen bomb has awoken him and has awoken the second Godzilla or the other Ankylosaurus. And, it was just, it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. And you know what? It wasn't even the monsters that were the issue for me. They really weren't. All right, I can accept, if you have Godzilla roaring like Anguirus a couple of times, all right, I can look beyond that. The fighting on the mountain scene was great. I liked it, except for the fact that the two guys that were stuck in the little, in between the two mountains, and they're looking up while the two monsters are fighting, and one of the rocks hit the guy, and he just kind of walks away from it like it's nothing. Hits him right in the ribs. That's no problem. It's just a flesh wound. Like, really? And that was fine. Okay, that fight, them fighting and duking it out. So then we get Godzilla wants to come to the city, and then, he wants to say hi again. And they come up with a very clever idea to shut off the lights and lure him away with flares, because apparently the bright flash of the bomb, it's something that Godzilla remembers. It triggers his anger because he hates the light of the bomb. So that seems to be the reason why they said, all right, well, we'll do a blackout, shoot these flares, lure him away from the city, and all is well. That way, every time Godzilla comes back to the city, we'll just have a big blackout and shoot some fireworks and hope he goes the other way. So it seems to work at first until these criminals happen to beat up two cops while they're being transferred, and they get control, or rather they escape. Now, again, we see another horrendous shooting scene. First of all, the prisoners break out. One of them has a gun. As they're leaving the truck, he turns around, he shoots, he appears to hit the cop dead on the chest right here. At least it seemed that way. The cop even falls back a little bit, kind of like halfway closes his eyes, and then he goes like this. Oh, I didn't get shot. And then he starts running after the guy. So while these cops are chasing the criminals, they're all running. The guy with the gun is in the front of the criminals running. He's turning around shooting like this, not even trying to aim. You're going to tell me he didn't hit any of his own people? And then the cops chasing them are shooting. these they gotta get better. They gotta get better shooters for these movies, man. These guys suck. They can't hit anything. It's crazy. So they get into a big gasoline truck or whatever. They crash it. It sets off a huge fire. And who would you know hadn't completely left town yet? Godzilla sees the fire. He says, "Oh, that's perfect. I'm a little chilly. I'm going to go warm up." Just as he's about to, Anguirus comes on shore. He attacks Godzilla. They beat each other up. They end up killing the prisoners who were hiding out in the subway, and they get killed, and they probably deserved it. Godzilla and Anguirus are going back and forth, wrecking buildings, until finally Godzilla does this ultimate move where he bites Anguirus on the neck, flips him upside down, and then whoosh, burns him with fire, even though they were both of the same race and born of the same hydrogen bomb or nuclear bomb or whatever. Anguirus gets charred. Godzilla goes back to his island. They chase him down. Homeboy dies. They bury him in a whole big thing of ice, but they run out of missiles, so they gotta go back. And when they come back, he's almost out of the iceberg. They bomb him again until he's completely submerged under ice, never to return again. Or so we were led to believe. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. You know, it's it was an attempt to try and enhance the first one that just backfired. You know, when you do what you did in the first movie with the whole... And don't get me wrong, I don't regret them making this movie, because if they didn't make this one, there wouldn't be any more of them. But I think when you have a masterpiece like 54 and you follow it up with this, you got to do better. Especially if you're going to try to bring somebody back to life. You know... the English dubbing was so bad. I could only see it in English, because, look, this is one of those Godzilla movies I don't own. Whatever Godzilla movies I don't own are Godzilla movies I generally don't like. Godzilla vs. Sea Monster, Godzilla's Revenge, Godzilla Raids again. You know, I can't. So I was lucky enough to find it on... You know, I have Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime was showing it for free, so I watched it for free. I streamed it from Amazon, and it was tough to watch. It was tough to watch. But still, what that means is we are one step closer to the end of the March to the King. What a ride. Incredible. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page.